What's going on, everybody? So I want to talk about this quote or this statement from Josh Pate, and I believe it's accurate. I believe what he says is right on the money. He's saying that right now he's not looking at the Florida Gators competing for an SEC East title this year. The Florida Gators right now are 5-2 through 7 games. They're entering their bye week. They have a tough road ahead. Their next 5 games, probably 4 out of the 5, they're probably going to be underdogs in. But you can see the progression, and you see what's going on with the Florida Gators. This past weekend, you saw the South Carolina game. Florida doesn't win that game in the past 2-3 years. A lot of people were talking about the Florida Gators. Oh, you beat a 2-win team. It's like, you don't understand. That Florida Gator team in the past 2-3 years, they're not winning that game. Down by 10 in the fourth quarter, they're not. And they miraculously, it was a miracle. And I will take it. It was a great feeling. But, Florida 5-2, the recruiting's looking good for this upcoming year. 2024 class, the Florida Gators are in the top 5 in recruiting. Look at the young guys the Florida Gators are playing. They lead the FBS in playing true freshmen right now. You got Eugene Wilson, making and these guys are making impact plays. They're not just playing like these. Eugene Wilson is one of the most electric true freshman players you're going to see in the country. He just doesn't get that recognition. But man, he is so good. And just wait until, he starts to get even more confidence and more acclimated to the offense. And, by his junior year, and that's what I'm looking at. These true freshmen, once they get about their junior year, as long as everybody stays, I know the transfer portal is a huge thing, but as long as a lot of these guys stay and the impact guys, even Andy Jean, as long as these guys stay in their junior year, I think the Florida Gators can compete for an SEC East title. As long as the core stays together, and then, in this upcoming class, 5-star quarterback who everyone's excited for, DJ Lagway, who keeps rising in the recruiting. I don't see him leaving or decommitting from the Florida Gators. I think he's all Florida Gators. If you see what he says all over social media, he is a Florida Gator. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And everyone's excited about him coming in. So, with the projection, with everything you see, recruiting, everything's looking good. And Billy Napier said whenever he first got hired, he said he wants to build a team for sustained success, not just immediate success. We all want immediate success, and I understand that. Even me, I do it all the time. I'm like, okay, let's win now. And after 2 years or a year and a half, you're starting to see it a little bit. Especially we all saw the recruiting. Recruiting was looking good. But we want to start seeing it on the field. And through 7 games, 5-2. You're going to start playing your toughest schedule, and you're going to start seeing, what this team is made of. A lot of young guys playing, so a tough schedule. If the Florida Gators can finish 8-4 on the season, man, I'm telling you, that's not only huge for morale, which the morale is like in the past 3 years, it's the highest it's been. But you're going to start seeing even a bigger jump in recruiting. So, optimism is surrounding the Florida Gators in a good way. And, I can't wait. I'm excited. The Florida Gator fan base is excited. After this past weekend, man, Twitter erupted. People were so excited. And I know people make fun. It's a 2-win South Carolina team. I don't care. Florida doesn't win those games usually on the road down by 10. I'm sorry. So it was an accomplishment in my eyes. And I'm very critical. Y'all know how I'm a realist, okay? And that was a huge win for the Florida Gators this past weekend. And when you keep winning, people start recognizing you. And, of course, haters going to come out. So, but I do like the projection. I think I agree with Josh Pate. I'm not saying this year, but within a couple years, man, if this core stays together and then you start adding, in the recruiting classes in 2024, 2025, and then don't forget, transfer portal. Transfer portal can be huge. Transfer portal, if you can just kind of some holes in your game or holes in your team. I think the Florida Gators, if they can build up an offensive line, especially the next couple of years, build a strong offensive line, then they can start really competing, because that's the one thing, this year, I just can't see it because to me, you have to have a strong or at least a decent offensive line. I just don't think the Florida Gators have that right now. But man, I really like what's going on with the Florida Gators, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in the next coming years. But I'm excited. And I think a lot of Florida Gator fans are excited as well. But hey, guys, as always, I appreciate y'all watching this channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.